First up, Neil Tam.
Right here? Okay. Good evening. My name is Neil Tam. I have deeply been involved with the school district for 43 years. 4 years as a school board member, 10 years as the principal, and 29 years as the teacher. Both of my sons graduated from this now high school. As a school board member, I've been lesson learned from many civic groups. I have been on the library art committee, on the board of the Boys and Girls Club, Alameda Family Services, and the Multicultural Center. As a principal and teacher, I understand that decision-making for quality education equity is complex, and working together is vital. I believe in building partnerships with civic, business, and community groups. We all serve the same families. In the school district, we now have a partnership with Alameda Family Services, with the health centers. We have a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club and the Multicultural Center with computer access. We have a partnership with Head Start and Woodstock Child Development Center. And also with the city and the College of Alameda providing free dental care. I bring 43 years of experience, knowledge, and training to this school board. Thank you.
Thank you. How kind of you. I forgot to mention that part. If we can save our applause to the end with this many candidates, I'd like to keep moving along. Tom Lynch.
Good evening. Thank you to the League of Women Voters for having us tonight. I'm going to just start off with a little bit about my vision for running for school board and actually for the schools in Alameda, and then I'll talk a little bit about my background. I'm Tom Lynch, and I'm running for the school board because I have a vision for our school that provides quality education for all our children, whether they be from the West End or the East End. I have a vision for our school such that our school district should rank at the top of all Bay Area schools across the Bay Area, and where families want to come to Alameda to live for the schools. I have a vision where we can provide equity access to all educational resources for all our children in all our schools across the district. I also have a vision where our teachers and administrators can work together collaboratively to solve the big problems, and where both teachers and administrators are both held accountable for their actions. I have a vision where we can rebuild our deteriorating schools, build a state-of-the-art facilities for our children, and live within our means. And finally, I have a vision where we can spend our money where it benefits our children, not our administration. I think a lot of good things have been done here in the school district. I think the Innovative Choice programs are really good. The Junior Jets program that's going to be launching, hopefully the K through 8 program at Bay Farm School. These are all good things that have happened, and I want to improve on them and continue on them. But real quickly about my background, I got about 30 seconds to wrap up, but I've been in the Bay Area since about '79. I moved up from LA. I graduated from Berkeley with a degree in electrical engineering and computer science. I spent the last 30 years in the high-tech industry in various functions, ending up in sales, business development, and management. The main thing out of that is, from the business management side, I managed a $200 million group that sold to the state and local, so I got very exposed to contracts that were done at the local level with communities. I also know the ethics and compliance rules because I also managed 10 lobbyists across the country. I have a stake in the school system. I have a 5th grader, and I have a 5th grader at Bay Farm, and I have a 7th grader at Lincoln. And I want to see this school district successful because it's important to my kids and all our kids here in Alameda to have a successful school system. Thank you very much.
Hi, Kurt Peterson. I am going to move this. The speaker is right up here, and so you know about that. Oh, I'm sorry, John Murphy. Pardon me. I even made myself a list. My apologies. John.
Thank you. Thank you for Alameda League of Voters for having us over. I am a teacher. I come to you as a doctorate of educational leadership, and parent, and my son graduated from Encinal High, and I'm a long-term Alameda resident. If elected to Alameda School Board, my biggest focus will be to restore and rebuild your trust. It's got a little bit of a echo there. In the school board.
Sorry, we need to keep it pointed this way, because the speaker's right there, and it's getting feedback. So, okay, all right.
Can you hear me? I see. I get it. I will push to resolve the contract negotiations between the union and the Alameda School District. I'd like to see the teachers get an equitable salary. That's one of my big focuses. I'd like to restore responsibility and trust in our school board. I want to closely monitor budgetary decision-making. I'd like to investigate the affordability of the $500,000 per administrative office space. If we can't find more affordable alternatives, I'd like to explore that further. Even though we're in a lease, I'd like to learn how to get out of that lease. I will push to find classroom space for important community educational after-school outreach programs. I will become knowledgeable enough about the district efforts to explain them to the public. If elected, I will become the representative of the children's educational needs primarily. I will push to self-monitor the board and superintendent in our actions and decision-making to assure we are representing our stakeholders appropriately. As a board member, I would like to be an advocate for the students and the teachers. I will fight to keep our schools academically strong. I will push to continue programs like the boot camp for the AP and the honors classes and granting of scholarships. I will push for greater transparency and for spending and increased stakeholder involvement to improve our representation. I will also fight to keep our special educational services strong, to promote the coordination of those children into regular ed classrooms when they are deemed ready. That's a big push for mine too. I enjoy special education promotion. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Got it. Now Kurt Peterson.
Well, good evening, and I want to thank the League of Women Voters also for hosting this wonderful event, and I love every opportunity to address the audience and the public as far as on key issues that have taken place in the city and school board.
And the school board is a very major area of concern right now. Okay. First of all, I'm very, very proud to have called Alameda my home for over 35 years. My family, my wife and I were blessed to have had 2 children raised here, went to school, their entire K through 12 education. It's a wonderful place, and I basically want to keep it that way. There are several things, not only on the city's aspects, but also the school district that need to be improved. I am personally involved with civic affairs in many ways. One of the key ones is I've served for over 10 years on the Alameda Point Restoration Advisory Board, where our primary purpose is to oversee as far as the toxic cleanup at the former Naval Air Station, so that when the actually city does take possession of that area, it is nice and clean. I also sit on the City of Alameda's Open Government Commission, where we actually, our role is to make sure that the Sunshine Ordinance is implemented completely. I am also an active participant on the Alameda Citizen Task Force, which its primary purpose is to make sure that the public is made aware of several key issues that are taking place in the city. I'm going to talk more about my concerns as far as the school board later on, but thank you again for the opportunity as far as being here.
And Trish Spencer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Trish Spencer. I've been on your school board for the past 4 years. I'm just finishing up my first term, and I'm running for re-election. I have served our community for the past 14 years as a mom of 4 children that I've raised here. Our 2 youngest were special needs. They were preemies, and they received services at Head Start and Woodstock Child Development Center. While they were there, I started volunteering at Woodstock Elementary Media Center. I would go week after week and sign my name, checking in, and it was just my name. It was very sad for me to see that I was the only volunteer at their media center time after time. And I was new to the community then 14 years ago, and I started just volunteering. I had 2 older children, 6 and 8, that went to Otis Elementary. I volunteered there. I became a noon soup. We needed noon soup, so I did that. I found out that we needed substitutes, and actually a principal found out that I was an attorney by profession, and so I started substituting. Someone early on told me, Trish, you don't want to go on the other side of Graham to substitute. Well, I'd never heard such a thing. I grew up in LA, and I said, no, put my name anywhere and I'm happy to go. And so I grew up in LA. We were the first Mexican family on our block. I experienced racial strife and things like that as a child in the 60s. I've raised my family, our 4 children here, to really, I believe in giving back to our community, that I was one of those children that really counted on a good public school system, good teachers to help me as a child. I was able to go off to college. I became an attorney, and I serve with many of you in our community today. Thank you.
Thank you. Ron Mooney.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming. I am Ron Mooney. I'm a current school board member, and I'm running for re-election. I ask for your vote on November 6th or with your mail-in ballot right about now. We've lived in Alameda since 1997. My wife Barbara and I work in Alameda, and we're raising 3 children here. One's a graduate of NCNL and is off at college. We have a sophomore at NCNL now, and a 5th grader at Franklin, our little princess. I've served in leadership positions across the school district on various school committees, PTAs, also at the Alameda Education Foundation, and been just a plain volunteer. While we support other organizations such as Meals on Wheels, my passion really are the schools. Since being elected in 2008, we have faced many issues at the school district. But by focusing on creating a master plan, our vision for the schools, going out and having many, many community meetings to come up with what our master plan was, and starting the implementation of it, we're creating success. By supporting teachers and staff, by ensuring that we have textbooks, supporting our neighborhood schools, having safe schools, improving our technology, and recently approving our magnet school and innovative programs, we are succeeding. Our teachers and students are succeeding. They are demonstrating achievement. You can see it at every single school site and in our test scores. There is much more to do, and I'll provide the passion, dedication, and leadership to continue our progress. I was twice elected as board president, and I believe I have the leadership skills and the work experience to actually perform this work and to come up with some key agreements to make sure that we're making the right decisions while guiding the district through the 2013 funding maze that we're going to have from the state of California. We can and will build a district focused on increasing student achievement and reducing the service gap. Voting for me will help ensure this for Alameda. Again, I ask for your vote.
Barbara Kahn. Can you hear me? Am this is the right place? Okay.
I've been involved with and watched the school district for more than 40 years. PTA, classroom volunteer with English learners. When my children graduated, I thought I was finished, but my daughter became a teacher and I was back to classroom volunteer once again. She taught for 20 plus years, and I added 20 plus years to my resume. I'm running because I believe a voice must be raised in support of children. It is disheartening to see the focus of the board and superintendent change from the needs of children to the wants of adults. I will ask before every decision is made, is it good for children? I'm running to bring transparency to our district. We have a district office about to be moved to a business park on the outskirts of our community, with a decision made behind closed doors, with only lip service to involvement of the community. We have teachers angry and upset. Decisions must be made openly in public and with transparency. The Supreme Court justices engage in public discussion. Our school board seems to reach consensus somehow without public discussion. We have a board that regards transparency as an annoyance rather than as a necessity. The City Council, under the Sunshine Ordinance, has engaged the community repeatedly when policies and choices were on the agenda. The school board has not done that. The school district has the capacity to inform the community when an important choice is to be made. They are able to make robocalls to every parent in every school to encourage participation. Instead, they rely on posting agendas on websites. Legal perhaps, but not good government. The next board will be charged with momentous decisions, replacements of our aging facilities, reconfiguring our schools. Bay Farm is about built out. There will be major development on the west end. I'll stop. You guys intimidate me.
Never. Michael Robles-Wong.
Good evening. I'm Mike Robles-Wong. I've been a resident here in Alameda for 25 years. My oldest daughter, Maya, is a graduate of Alameda High. My youngest daughter is 14. Milena is a jet. She also attended Nia Charter School. So I will put it this way. When I completed a 33-year career as an HR manager and a business manager in local government, one of which places that I worked was the Berkeley Unified School District, I swapped places with my wife, and so I became a stay-at-home dad, and she went back to work happily. I love to shop and cook, but I had a lot of time, and so I ended up volunteering in the classroom at Bay Farm, and I spent time at Alameda High. I can't even tell you how many floats got built in my garage, but anyway. But I spent a lot of time in the community in Bay Farm, and I was ultimately elected and served 4 terms as the president of the community of Harbor Bay, Isle. About 10,000 people, 3,000 homes, and some of the things that I was involved with required an awful lot of collaboration among the very disparate groups of people that we have in Bay Farm and in the city. So 3 different times I filled up City Hall on issues that we were mad about, but I also became part of the lawsuit against the state, Robles-Wong et al. Versus the state of California for the lack of adequate funding. I was the chairman for the Measure A campaign here in Alameda. I served as a past president of the Civil Service Board. So I'm running because I'm very concerned about where we are right now. We worked really hard to get to where we are, and I think that we're sort of backsliding from that. And I think it's really important that we elect people who show the leadership skills and can show the results. This is not a job for amateurs, so I hope you'll consider me as a candidate that you'll vote for. Thank you.